we're good. So my question was, what led to the separation of Western Christianity and Eastern Christianity, or Roman Catholicism and Eastern Orthodox Christianity? And this was, the main event was the Schism of 1054, and I'm going to be explaining the backstory behind the Schism, and generally what was the Schism about. So, the Schism of 1054 came from the division of the Roman Empire. So back in 286, Roman Emperor Diocletian split the Roman Empire into two in order to make it more stable. So you had the Western Roman Empire with the capital being Rome, and the Eastern Roman Empire having the capital being Byzantine, which would be later renamed Constantine, be later renamed Constantinople, named after the first Christian Roman Emperor, Constantine. Some background info just about the Schism, or at least the people in charge of that time. So the head of the western part of the church, or the Western Roman Empire, you had Pope Leo IX. And the head of the eastern part of the church was Michael Cerularius. He was the Patriarch of Constantinople. Going a little bit more into the patriarch system, you had 5 main patriarchates of the not Rome, just Christian church in general, because all it was the Christian church. So you have Rome, that's where the Pope lived. Alexandria, which is modern-day Egypt, founded by Alexander the Great. Jerusalem, I think we all know why Jerusalem is important to Christianity. Antioch, many followers of Jesus and apostles preached there. That's in modern-day Syria. And then you also had Constantinople, which was the head of the Eastern Roman Empire. Moving on. So the first problem that caused the schism was the body of Christ. So the Western Europe, or the Western Church, believed that it was acceptable to use unleavened bread during communion. And when I say unleavened bread, I mean the type of bread that doesn't expand in the baking process. So it's the type of bread we use as feminine friars at Mass, or just any Catholic Mass you go to, they will typically use this bread. In the Eastern Church, they believed it was against Christian doctrine to use unleavened bread. So when they receive the sacrament or body of Christ, they will get like a type of bread similar to like a loaf or any expanded piece of bread. The second issue, or the second difference in the two churches, was the theological dispute over pre-celibacy. So that generally means that celibacy is when a person refrains from marriage or any sexual activity or relations. So the Western Catholic Church believed that all of their clerics, which is like priests basically, should remain celibate. So no marriage, no nothing, because they are fully committed in their relationship to serving God. In the Eastern Church, they believed it was acceptable for clerics to engage in marriage or sexual activities, which was just a general, the problem is pretty major because it kind of defines the whole religion and what's acceptable and so on. And yeah. So the third issue was the spread of Islam, and this caused a lot of separation, or caused the initial divide between the two churches. So Islam are followers of the Prophet Muhammad. I'm not here to teach about Islam, but maybe not. Okay. So, spread of Islam, right? You got followers of the Prophet Muhammad trying to spread Islam to every corner of the known world. So this caused dangers between Rome and Constantinople. I'm so illiterate. This caused travel between Rome and Constantinople to be dangerous, which led to less communication between the two nations. And Rome, as a result, shifted their attention westward, trying to build up a Christian foundation more in Western Europe, so in areas such as Spain, France, Portugal, a little bit Germany and England too. And then the same thing with Constantinople. They just faced their attention in towards spreading Christianity towards Eastern Europe. So both of these sides built up their so-called, they built up isolated beliefs on Christianity because they weren't communicating with each other because of Islamic occupation of, I might have not mentioned this, but the three patriarchates, you had Jerusalem, Antioch, and Alexandria. All three of these were seized by Islamic followers, or just followers of the Prophet Muhammad. And so there are two main branches of Christianity developed into Rome and Constantinople. Moving on, you had more threats to Rome in the barbaric invasions coming down from Germany, and this caused the Pope to execute more political authority, which the other patriarchates did not agree with, because they believed it was not the Pope's position to execute political authority, because they were a church, they shouldn't be like associated with the state in terms of these decisions. And this just caused like further separation between the western and eastern parts of Christianity. And then that all led to the Schism of 1054. So July 16th of this year, Pope Leo IX excommunicated Patriarch of Constantinople, Michael Cerularius, out of their Christianity, out of the western part, or just Christianity in general, or whatever part of Christianity Rome is affiliated with. And Michael Cerularius kind of did an Uno reverse card once he heard this news. And he was like, you know what? Since you excommunicated us, we're going to excommunicate you. And when I mean excommunicate, I mean they just basically kicked them out. Right? So both sides knew they're affiliated themselves with each other. And as a result from the schism, the Catholic Church began to form in the West on this right separation line, and the Orthodox Church and its following branches came to form along this eastern line. And there's a lot of these striped lines just because there's like mixes of faith, and you also have the spread of Islam during this time period as well. So although these sides of Christianity no longer align themselves with one another, they still share common heritage and doctrine, and although they may disagree on a couple of aspects, they're still somewhat related to each other. And that is how the Roman Catholic and Orthodox Christian churches came to be. Please be recording. Yes.